CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
RCMP and the Nanaimo are investigating a bizarre assault involving two men who identified themselves as undercover officers. The pair was reportedly assaulting another man yesterday, and by the time the real police arrived, the trio, including the fake cops, had vanished. Witnesses told police they heard a scuffle in the parking lot behind the Windward pub. When they went outside, they saw a man on the ground with two other men standing over him. They say the man had scratches and his shirt was torn and was hanging off him. His two attackers told the witnesses that they were undercover police officers and then walked the victim out of the parking lot. The victim is described as a white man in his mid-20s with a thin build and dark curly hair. The two men posing as police officers are in their mid to late 20s and average height. One was wearing a black hoodie with a white logo on the front, the other a blue T-shirt that had white lettering. If you know who these guys are or who the victim is, you're asked to contact the Nanaimo RCMP or Crime Stoppers. A pair of RCMP officers from Port Alberni is earning high praise after launching a rescue mission on a busy highway. Several calls came in about traffic troubles on Highway 4 yesterday. Cars were trying to navigate their way around an injured eagle on the road, flopping around on the pavement. Two officers responded with a pet carrier and a blanket. They caught the eagle and have taken it to the Arrington Wildlife Recovery Center, where it will stay until a broken wing has healed. Meantime, the province is making post-secondary education a little more affordable, putting textbooks online and making them available for free. Texts for the 40 most popular courses in the province could be online as early as next September. As many as 200,000 students could benefit. A generous donation is helping a Victoria Care facility move forward with some major and much-needed improvements. Mount St. Mary Hospital was presented with a $150,000 check today. The large donation came from the estate of Thora Duncan, a Victoria woman who died in May. Mount St. Mary says the money will go to its Room to Care campaign, which will help to renovate, as well as put in new heaters and fix items that may have been bashed up by power wheelchairs.
It'd be nice to get everything fixed up and new heaters put in and these holes fixed. And I'm not sure exactly what else they're going to be doing here. It'll be nice.
Our building is 10 years old, and it's a beautiful facility. And although 10 years is not really a terribly long time, our population of the folks who live here has changed over the past 10 years. They have larger equipment, more equipment, and the rooms have really suffered wear and tear and need to be renovated so that our residents can live in a safe environment, for them physically safe, but also aesthetically a pleasant home for our residents.
The hospital says with the donation, the Room to Care project is now nearly halfway to its $900,000 goal. To donate, visit msmfoundation.ca. Victoria firefighters are painting the town pink to help raise awareness of breast cancer. You may have seen them. Fire crews rolled into the heart of the city today in their newly deckled pink fire engine. With some paintbrushes in hand, they added their pink touch to the fire hydrant outside Victoria City Hall, raising awareness for Breast Cancer Month.
October has been sort of become the month for bringing awareness to breast and other cancers, and it's something that the International Association of Firefighters definitely promotes, and we want to do our part and help out the best we can. And we feel that as our pink campaign with the t-shirts and fire truck and now fire hydrant, we can help bring awareness to this, not just one day of the year, but perhaps every day of the year.
Firefighters invite you to help them. For a $25 donation, they'll give you a pink t-shirt. The fire crews say those shirts are going quickly. They've already raised more than $2,500. Well, things were getting a little hot and heavy at the Mayfair Shopping Centre in Victoria today as some brides-to-be were battling it out for a chance to put a new ring on their finger.
3, 2, 1, go!
4 of the blushing brides went at it, diving into a wedding cake, frantically searching for a set of his and hers wedding bands. Competition got messy. They weren't afraid to get a little icing under their nails. Only one lucky woman could walk away with a set of rings. It wasn't the only challenge, though, because organizers had planted some fool's gold in the cake to throw them off.
And to make it a little more interesting, we have some phony rings in there as well. So once they start digging, they think they may have found the ring, but they have to keep digging until they get the actual wedding bands.
My fiance, he's a custom door builder at Slag Lumber, and we're getting married July 27th, 2013. And yeah, we're really excited. It's really cool that I won the rings. So.
Well, the lucky bride says in her eyes the rings are the real icing on the cake. She walked away with a woman's band of half a carat set of diamonds and a men's white gold wedding band. The Battle for the Rings event was the kickoff of the Victoria Wedding Show, which happens this Saturday at the Crystal Garden. A 21-year-old man from Bangladesh is under arrest, accused by the FBI of trying to blow up the U.S. Federal Reserve Building in New York City. Investigators say the man arrived in the U.S. in January to carry out the attack, but an FBI source was among the people he tried to recruit. The man attempted to detonate what he thought was a van filled with 450 kilograms of explosives outside the building this morning. The explosives were fake. Prosecutors say the public was never in danger. The Harper government is investing another $155 million in cybersecurity over the next 5 years. Some of the money will go to the Cyber Incident Response Center, which monitors online threats and coordinates responses to cyber attacks. The federal fisheries minister has suffered a heart attack. Keith Ashfield is in stable condition tonight as he awaits bypass surgery. The 60-year-old will be temporarily replaced by National Revenue Minister Gail Shea. Passengers and crew on board an Air Canada flight out of Vancouver helped with a rescue on the high seas near Australia Tuesday. A sailor who ran into trouble called for help on his radio. Local rescuers could not pinpoint his location. The Boeing 777 flying from Vancouver to Sydney diverted its course and dropped below 1,500 meters so that passengers and crew could scan the sea. It worked. They saw the man in his boat, sent the coordinates to rescuers who brought him safely to shore. The plane landed about 90 minutes late in Sydney. The American salvage company that's working around the clock to move the massive wreck of the cruise ship Costa Concordia says the vessel has been burglarized and is now decaying. 9 months of weather and salt water have ravaged the $500 million behemoth. Salvagers say the entryways that were punched through by rescuers have been used since by burglars who have stolen paintings, watches from the gift shop, even the ship's bell. It may all come to an end soon, though. The Herculean task of righting the wreck is now a 24-hour-a-day endeavor. Salvage workers are building a structure over and under the stricken liner where enormous steel boxes will be installed and filled with water in the hope they will pull the ship upright. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says it has a blueprint to keep BC out of the red. The CTF unveiled its balanced budget to the province's standing committee in Parksville today. For the past 4 years, the province has had consecutive deficits. The Taxpayers Federation says to stabilize the economy, we need to stop living on borrowed money year after year. It also suggests other things, such as a healthcare service review and killing the carbon tax.
First thing that always pops up is, you want to kill the carbon tax, how are you going to pay for it? But at the Taxpayers Federation, we looked at the numbers, and for most people across BC, killing the carbon tax and taking back all of those little tax breaks that go to fund it would actually put you in a better position. So we're saying get rid of the whole thing. We think you would actually create some economic growth in BC by giving people 7 cents a litre relief at the gas pumps, by helping them afford heating their houses better, and by taking that burden off businesses.
The Taxpayers Federation says balancing the books will give BC an advantage over other provinces and countries in investment and jobs. A researcher and environmental advocate have netted an award for a study that critics say included some fishy business. Simon Fraser University is honoring Dr. Rick Rutledge and Dr. Alexandra Morton with its Nora and Ted Sterling Prize. The pair co-authored a study that concluded wild Pacific salmon were being infected with a deadly virus caused by fish farms in BC waters. Both the industry and federal fisheries officials challenged the results of that study.